Okay, so this is the first page. When we go into our Anypoint Studio, this is the first screen we get to see. So basically, this is just welcoming us into the Anypoint Studio. So we just click on you can actually minimize this. So I just click on Continue to Studio. Then this is the interface. This is the Anypoint Studio, the amazing tool that we'll be actually using during this course. It's very great. It has a lot of functionalities, and we'll be exploring this during the course. So this is the canvas where we'll actually be doing our designs. We'll be using different connectors, using different processes to make our our points, our API endpoints. This is the package explorer where we can actually see how the structure of the packages, where the configuration files are. Yeah, this is the palettes. So this would actually get filled up when we create a new project. And here we can actually see, here is a property bar. We see the properties, and also we can also use in debugging. So this is also at a particular section in the course I will be talking about debugging, to help us actually see how things are going. So first of all, we want to create a new project. um, we'll create new, we'll come new Mule project. So first of all, I'm going to for currently what is available on my system is a Mule server 4.3.0, and that's what we are going to be using for this course. So basically, I'm going to the project for this is, so like I said, if you're following the series, what I said is we'll be working with a fictional postal service, and we agreed to call that fictional company called WePost. But first of all, we just create a project called training, and and this is all we just need to create a project. So we just do finish. But later on, we would actually create it for a lot of integration points. We're integrating with DMS, we're integrating with TCP servers, and also we're integrating with files. So first, so like this is the the amazing tool, Anypoint Studio, and we're actually going to get our hands right away. We are trying to create our first application, Hello World. Um, so at the end of this, we would actually try to call this using Postman. So, or you can call this using your browser, but I'll just do this simply using Postman. So the first thing you want to do is to put a HTTP listener on the page, because there's always for an endpoint there's always a start and a stop. How do you want this to be called? You want it to be called by an external service. So basically you need to put a listening ear. So that listening ear is called a listener, a HTTP listener. So this is it. I just simply drag it to my canvas. This area is called my canvas. I put it here. So you can show a little red. I need to actually set up some things that I'm missing. So I click on this. It asks me, okay, what is my connector configuration? So because it's a new configuration, a new connector, I just click on add. So basically, it actually has a lot of things set up for you. So all I just need to do is I ideally I use the name of my project as as the base part. It's a convention that I've used on similar projects to share across with other developers. It makes it easier so that even though you leave a project, or like you're working with other people, you can actually share knowledge across board. So I use training, and basically, so this is the ports. So basically, the protocol is we are currently working with HTTP protocol. Later on, we'll be seeing how to connect with TCP when we are working with the the GMS, because then we'll be trying to send topics and queues. So this is actually very lightweight files. So we're using different protocols for that. But for now, we are just working on with HTTP. And if you're working on the server, there's HTTPS. HTTPS is just a secured version of HTTP. If you have it activated on your server, you can use the HTTPS. But I'm using HTTP, and currently I'm working on localhost. So or 0000 is also my local host. So I'm ignoring this, and by default, when this is set up, port 8081 is actually available for communication, and that's what I'm going to use for the project. So So I just click on OK. Ideally, I'll just click on test connection to see whether it's working. And so I just set it up and I see OK. Then also I need to create another what we call a, so like if we come to the connector what was just set up, we saw that we had a a a base part like this. So basically what we are just trying to do is at the end of the day we're trying to generate a URL that will be something like http localhost, the port is 8081. Yeah, then the base part is called training, and the sub part we call this a sub part. So it's just like after the base part what next? That's what we are focused on. So the base part is training. The base is training. Then here the part, what is the part that we are going to do? We are going to call this part hello world. So basically I'm just showing how what the URL will consist of. So we are calling this hello world. So there's a, so this is going to be a URL, a API endpoint. And this is so amazing because before now, when assuming you're a Java programmer or you're a PHP programmer, imagine the level of work you need to do to create an API. You need to setting up the server and a lot of things, exposing the API. But this within less than this has just been going on for I think about less than 20 minutes. You have been able to set up an API endpoint that can do a hello world. So the next thing is to do is in the API and yeah we just write hello world, and the next thing is one of the most common tool process you would actually use throughout your career as an integration expert when you're using the Mulesoft platform is the logger. It's just to writing to the console. Yeah, when we execute this, you'll see a console. Yeah, so basically, like just the logger is just like a console.log in your Google Chrome or your Mozilla. It helps to write text to a console. So basically, what we are just doing is whenever this listener is called, we just want to output the text hello world. This is our first project, and we'll be deploying this, and we'll now later when gets deployed, I'll show you the debugger, the console. Um, then later I'll go into Postman and actually try to execute this. When we execute this, we'll come back here to see whether actually a message got into Anypoint Studio, and that's how we can actually see that our API endpoint is working. So to run this, you just click on run. You can save before running. I click on run. So I click on run as because this is my first time. So I need to choose which of the mole that I'm going to be using as. So basically, as your first time, just use the mole application. So it's actually going to be since it's the first time, it's going to do a lot of setup. Then after it's going to initiate the project. Just give this a few minutes. We are here together. So it launches a JVM, a Java virtual machine. It is so actually it's all doing mole stuff. It has not yet gotten into our project. When it gets to our project, I'll show you some little ideas you can actually use points. It shows you the name of your project and shows you how the project has started. Like you can see here, initializing app training. That means it's initializing app. However, app is not yet started. It's later on it shows you okay that the app is started, and you can actually go to Postman and actually do a you can actually go to Postman and actually do your request. So just to make this clear, because normally you have different types of API, post, get, put. Basically, if it's not configured, it's by default it's a get, it's going to be a get call. So this it's not yet ready. It's not yet ready. So it has started the application. We can see it has started the application training. So we can actually go, we can take this URL that we designed here and go to Postman. We create a new request. So we call it integrations. So I'm just going to save it in a collection. Integration, yep, and I save it here. So basically, for this scenario, we don't have any keys or parameters. So all we are just doing is a URL, and we send. When we send it, all we just expect in any point, we expect any points to see our message, because we expect any points to be able to listen for this call, and when listening to the call, it will be able to log hello world. After all, we'll be seeing how to send messages back to the API endpoints. Also be seeing how to receive messages from the API endpoints. So I'm just going to my Postman. I'm going to send, yeah, and you can see info. We can see hello world. So like I would actually love if you can actually do this exercise, share screenshots, share what's the experience was like, what were the challenges of running your first hello world. Hello world is like it's the first application on any when you're working with any technology. So welcome to the world of Mulesoft, and we'll be working the next section we'll be talking about, we'll expand a lot about the business case we are working with, and also we'll now see the other tools we are working in. One of the first thing we'll be working in is how to connect, how to read from APIs to read JSON files, how to map JSON files, how to read XML files. And then later I'll take it a step further, like we shared in the first class. We'll be looking at the database, and we'll be exploring lots more during the course. So thanks for this section. Looking forward to the next session with you.